Hi Nick, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good. Finally good to get to see you in person. I know we've been talking a bit over email and over the phone, but it's good to finally get to see you in person.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. What can I do for you today?
Well, my name's Nick West, obviously. I'm from Northern Kentucky. I got recently hired on here. I worked here for about 8 months working in the sport information field here. I handle day-to-day activities with a number of different sports teams here. We have to maintain the quality of the websites as well as making sure all the rosters and statistical information is correct. And we handle all the game day operations here, as well as handling umpires and referees and making sure the fans are all good here. And it's been a bit of a little rough transition for me. Not really used to the whole sport information field, as I kind of fell into what I'm doing here, and I'm trying to figure it out day by day. So kind of trying to get through that.
So you're saying the hardest part is obviously adjusting to pretty much full-time work, I guess, kind of being used to, you said previously that you were a student athlete, so I guess going from being involved in a sport to now being kind of behind the scenes in the sport was a big adjustment for you?
Yeah, it's kind of been a bit of a culture shock coming to Tennessee. I'd never lived in Tennessee before. I've been here for 8 months. Learning to work with different people and I'm not very comfortable with. Handling adjustments and change all the time, so I'm just trying to work on that day to day, I suppose.
And you said coming to Tennessee has been a big adjustment and kind of new people. Is that what you're kind of saying? The harder part of it is getting used to the new area and the new people?
Yeah, getting used to the people is, yeah, I'm getting there slowly. I'm finding it a little easier day by day, but that's definitely was one of the toughest adjustments for me to have to make. I would also say that at first I had trouble maintaining my work, making sure I was doing everything correctly, and my bosses let me hear about it. They tell me pretty vocally that, you know, what I'm doing is right or wrong, and the wrong stuff they get on me about, and it's tough because, you know, I just have this fear of failure, so to speak, in my day-to-day life. So I try to do everything right, and then if I do it wrong, I kind of have trouble getting over it.
So you're saying kind of being in the new area, having a boss that kind of gets on you a little bit, and the fear of making those mistakes kind of hold you back a little bit in your workplace, kind of?
Yeah, I'd say that.
And is that something that you've always had, or is it just because you're moved to a new area now? Or
I can think of, well, now that you say that, I can think of a couple different times dating back. When I played football at Cincinnati, I was always 30 minutes early, no matter what, because I was scared that I would oversleep, and I didn't want to have coaches mad at me ever. So I was always the first one in class. I would lose sleep some nights because I was so worried about not waking up. I would wake up 2 hours early and just sit around in my room. And also dating back to when I played high school football, I threw a lot of interceptions my first year I played, and I was so mad at myself for doing that, and I knew that I looked bad. So I spent all off-season training, a lot of training, and luckily I saw an improvement there. So I hope to see an improvement like that. We're coming day by day, so it's kind of helping me along.
So you're saying kind of that fear of failure, like you said, is kind of the biggest thing that kind of motivates you or holds you back from kind of performing your best, is the actual fear rather than wanting to perform, to do well. It's the kind of fear behind it that motivates it.
I would say that it's a good mix of both. It's the fear of failure, the trying to get over it, but at the same time it keeps me kind of going. Now that from what you're saying, I can realize that it keeps me going on the right track. And it's also can be a good thing, but it could also be a bad thing too, I guess.
Yeah, I guess if you're saying that fear is kind of what motivates you, if that becomes too much, then a job or a playing role in football, like you say, could become too stressful, especially for a younger player. So yeah, that's basically the fear, I guess, behind your job, behind kind of the mistakes you make is a big thing.
Is this normal? Is it Healthy, would you say? Have you come across this a lot?
I guess, like you said, for each person, I guess it's different. But like you said, if it motivates you in the right ways, then that's up to you to kind of find what helps you focus and what helps you kind of perform your job best. But yeah, like you said, you can't let fear then completely control your life and what you do. But yeah, does that help?
Yeah, I feel a lot better now. Thanks.
Good.
Thanks for the help.
No problem, Nick. Thanks a million.
I'll see you next week.
Perfect. Thank you.